Okay, I've just arrived at my next campsite, and the first thing that you do if you have this feature, which fortunately I do, including the power step, but you have this lever situation, and the yellow indicator lights tell me where I'm not level, but I don't really worry about it because I just use auto level, and we watch those little buggers go to town. And there she goes. These are hydraulic. Not every rig has these, but it's a great option to have. And particularly it saves the slide outs, because the slide outs should be extended only when the rig is level. Well now, can you guess, where am I? Well, I'll tell you what, right here I'm standing on the shoreline in Arizona, and you're looking at California, which means this must be the Colorado River, and I must be in Parker. The Colorado River, the giver of life. It feeds water to 7 states plus Mexico. There's a recurring 20-year agreement which is being renegotiated right now, a new one. One unfortunate clause of that, California normally pulls as much water as all the others combined, but there's a clause that allows, if California has a declared water emergency, they can take allotment from the others. And so that's why California always has a declared water emergency, so they can always take water. So I am at the Pirates Den RV Resort, and you can look that up, it's interesting. There are 3 resorts in a row right along the Colorado here, and you can walk from one to the next. They all have floating bars, dining rooms, I mean everything. Parker, Arizona, if you live in Arizona, or even California, I guess. Whoop, there goes my hat. It's windy. If you live in the colder places like Flagstaff, oh, it's really windy. Flagstaff or Sholo, those kind of things. This is where you spend your winters, because it's always hot here. We're only an hour away from Havasu, and you can get monthly rates. So these places right here, this is A row, and obviously it's right on the water. And A row has these guys. So $89 a night if you're just going to buy the night. Obviously you would get a discount for weekly and monthly. But you get these really nifty setups here, and see, these people are generally here for about 4 months, even 6. They get all set up in there. They bring their propane tanks and their Barbies, and they do all that kind of stuff. Beautiful drive coming down from Havasu. Really pretty. The canyons on the inland side of Arizona, it looked like Hawaii. Really nice. So there's everything in this resort. I'll be here for a couple days. Showers and laundry, big restaurant. This is going to be great for riding my bicycle, because I can go to all 3 of the resorts. In fact, this gate right here connects 2 of them, so I'm right there, and that's Pirates Den, and this is Fox something, I think. Anyway, I'll ride to all of these, and I'll show you what's going on. And yes, you can even get a campsite that has a dock. I didn't look up the price since I don't have a boat, but then there's a launch ramp right there, right on the campgrounds. I'm in my shorts and sandals because it's 78 degrees, and that's why people that live in North Dakota are here right now. I'm seeing license plates from all over. This is the kind of RV campsite where people go to have fun. They have all their toys. They have their quads, their motorcycles, their golf carts, and because they're here for a long time. And so there are parties everywhere. Most of these people know each other. They see each other every year. California side, of course, has tons and tons of resorts as well. I think the closest town is Needles. Maybe there's a smaller one that I'm not thinking of, but I'm pretty sure the most major nearby is Needles. So there's an Idaho license plate and a California. Somebody set up there for cornhole throwing. This guy with the Trans End has one of these setups. You see, he can put his quad up on top of his pickup truck. So he has all the goodies to do that there. Quads are really popular. Razors and like that are very popular things, like this Expedition here. And motorcycles. You have roaming repairs, so that van right there is so a lot of RVs have a rubber roof. Sounds weird, but they have a rubber roof. Mine has a hard fiberglass roof, which is definitely what you want. But particularly trailers have a rubber roof. So that guy is a repair company, mobile repair company. Same thing with awnings. In another park I'll be later on, they'll rebuild your engine at your location, your transmission. I mean, they're everything. Wash and wax, detailing, you name it. It's all there. Now I'm about 5 miles downstream from the Parker Dam. Parker Dam is up that way. And what that means is I'm close enough that the water level here changes fairly dramatically in quick time. So, for example, right here, going up to the campground, you can see it's still wet from recent activity when they must have done a release. And here comes a Go Fast. Looks like he's got one big outboard on it. Faster than I can track. With that much zoom, he had 2 on there. Water is nice and clear and very cold. You'll notice no swimmers. Real quick, there's a Class B. I said you'd never see a Class B. They're very rare, but there's a Class B right there. It's just basically a van that's been turned into a camper. White sand. These are rentals here. And as you see, they have their own marina. Pretty good size. There is the main office. It has a very, very basic store. Just emergency toilet paper and like that. Huge amount of diesel. I don't know if this is, I don't know why they have so much, but anyway, they do. And then here's where we're coming to the common facilities. Looks like the Corvette Club is having a lunch today. These guys are always good. I've been to a couple of events with them. Motorcycle only parking right there, very nice. Nice of them to have that. Tiki bar, it's big. Restaurant, really big. Let's see what the tiki bar looks like. I'm feeling like I'm in Mexico, and actually I'm not that far away from it. Oh yeah, it is big. There must be 10, 20, 30 stools at the bar. And then tables. And the lucky people get seated right on the water. See what else we can find. Arr! Obviously it's not functional, but it's cute. Look at the size of that RV park over there. Of course, from their vantage, this is 5 times bigger because we have 3 in a row. Back in here. Looks like they're getting ready to open. Different bars. You know, every night is party night and food specials and drink specials and all that kind of stuff. I'm not drinking right now. What a waste. It's all going to waste. The Black Pearl Restaurant. Isn't that Jack Sparrow's ship? Inside the restaurant. Big bar down at the end. Old friend of mine. Someone fishing out there. They have a sign of a couple of species of fish that are protected, so keep you out of mischief, keep you out of trouble. That big tank wasn't diesel, it's regular gas, and it's for they have a pump on the dock at the marina. Can't tell if he's on the drift or no, he doesn't have an anchor out, so he's just drifting. Sure looks like fun. I wouldn't mind doing that. Here's one right here that you can rent in case you're like me and you're not right on the water. You can rent one. You can see what these people did. They wrapped theirs. Obviously they're here for a long time. And this sidewalk here is goes the entire length of the park. Dogs are welcome. They do have limits on breeds. Certain breeds aren't welcome. They also have an age limit on RVs, nothing more than 15 years old. That's not an uncommon rule. They don't want people don't want their RV parking looking all shabby with old rigs, so they have to be at least under 15 years of age. So I'll take the walk here. No powered vehicles, no electric bicycles or anything on this walk. You can do on the road I was just walking, but not here. Very windy. Hey, it's been 30 minutes since I mentioned how the water level can change, and look what's happening. Exact same spot I just filmed that, and the water's come up, what, probably, well, it's cresting there, and that was about 4 inches. So it's come up a lot just in 30 minutes. Now, I mentioned there are 3 contiguous resorts here. So let's see. Pirates Den, that's where I am, and then California side. We've seen that from my shots on the shore. Next up, a short walk, is the Roadrunner, and then Foxes, and that's it. So Roadrunner, there you go. Ultimate floating bar, all that kind of stuff. Bungalows, poolside, sunset bungalows. There's also a golf course nearby. And then Foxes is the next one. These are all walking distance. They're all attached. Dock bar. So you can look all of these up if you're curious. Here's an example of a toy hauler. It doesn't have the gas tank on it, but you can see the hinge at the bottom, and obviously he carries his Honda in it. But that entire back drops down and turns into a ramp, or it can be suspended from cables and it turns into a patio. Very slick. And there's an example of one that's being used as a patio or a deck. And it looks like he's turned that whole area not as a toy hauler, but some kind of a workshop. Again, very slick, those things. Nifty. All right, I've walked over to Roadrunners because tonight is their dinner special is brisket. And that's sounding kind of tasty. There's the floating bar, for which they are well known, and Fox has one as well. So, you know, kind of cool. Boat on in, have a drink, have a dinner. Seems like the thing to do. I like that. It's still early, it's not even 4 o'clock yet. But it is happy hour. He's using more gas than I am. Hi, pup. Here's the Lido deck or Lanai deck. Anyway, it's the top deck. Drinking lounge. That's what it is. Up above the hubbub. I imagine they have their share of hubbub here. That water looks to me like you can see down, I'd say that's about 10 feet deep there. You can clearly see the bottom. Very nice. All those rentals over there in California. Far distant California. There's a submarine right down the middle of this where the state line is. And if you try to swim across, it comes up and it taxes you. Gotta be careful about that. Their pool and hot tub. I forgot, mine has a hot tub. Nothing like community germs in a community hot tub. I decided to eat at Roadrunner tonight instead of Pirate's Den because tonight is the brisket special dinner. Didn't want to pass that up. So here's a cool one. Semi-truck that has a smart car on it. And it's got the hitch set up so it can pull a fifth wheel. So they've really got it set. I don't know what kind of crane setup they have, but they have some method for getting that thing off of there. Spiffy.